A dog left alone in its backyard all day can find ways to occupy itself. So rather than telling them off for their destructive behaviour, perhaps it's worth understanding why they might be doing this. Robert, why is it such a problem for dogs to be left alone?
Well, basically, they're just not designed to be left alone. They've evolved into one of the most highly social species we know, like ourselves. And in the wild, they would hardly ever be left on their own.
Yeah, so they must be going through a lot when we do just leave them for the day. So is there a way that we can help them in some ways, if we have to feel a little bit better?
If they've got to be doing it, yes, because what they're missing is somebody to interact with. So this is why the interactive toys, such as these, can be helpful, where the dog actually does something. It makes a noise, it gets a food reward, so it's got action. So there is something in there, especially if the dog's a little bit hungry and it's going to be motivated to have a go at this, say, Home Alone toy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to solve all the problem, but it is a good way. I mean, I've got this chook here, the turbo chook. This is a great way to stimulate their senses, isn't it?
Well, there are amazing stories about those things. I gather it was just something, you know, Joe had a spasm of a mental sort of producing that thing. I gather it's actually from the bottom of his workshop. He just cobbled it together one day and was amazed at the response of dogs to it. Yeah.
I know, because it's got everything going on, doesn't it? It's got some colour, it's got noise and some tone.
Texture.
Yes,
textures,
okay. So they grab onto that. So that's a good way, you know, give them something to do, really, isn't it?
Yeah, well, and also the ball with the hole in it, if they're hungry, they'll know that if they roll it, they'll have to do a fair amount of rolling before eventually, sort of almost spontaneously, randomly, a little bit of food will come out.
Surprise! Happy days!
Yes, why not? Have you tried it yourself?
Oh, no, not yet. So, I mean, as we said, you know, it's not going to solve every problem of leaving a dog alone, but it's a good way of helping, isn't it?
If they're going to have to be left alone and they're going to be left outside, then, yes, interactive toys certainly make a lot of sense.
The good news is it's not just for outdoor dogs, the Home Alone. Darcy has actually been given his own prototype of the Home Alone, so he can play to his heart's content, and so can other indoor dogs as well.
You better say thanks to Darcy.
I know, thanks, Darcy. If you'd like to find your own interactive toys for your dogs, visit Aussie Dog's website. Thank you, Robert.
My pleasure. Bye.